All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to crack a secret code. Now, this isn't some spy movie stuff. It's actually hidden inside what looks like a really complicated math problem. But trust me, it's just a puzzle. And by the time we're done here, you're going to have all the keys you need to solve it. So let's just dive right in. Okay, take a look at this. I mean, wow, it looks incredibly complicated, doesn't it? It's just a total jumble of variables and powers. But what if I told you that this entire messy expression simplifies all the way down to just 1? It seems totally impossible, I know, but we're going to break it down piece by piece, and you'll see just how simple and honestly, how elegant it really is.
So where do we even start? Well, the first step is to unlock what's going on inside each of those sets of parentheses. And to do that, we need our very first key. We're going to call it the division key.
Now, this key is one of the most fundamental rules of exponents. You've probably seen it before. It's simple. When you're dividing powers that have the same base, in our case, that base is x, all you do is subtract the bottom exponent from the top one. That's it. This is our first tool to start chipping away at this problem. Okay, so let's actually use it. That first term, x to the power of a over x to the power of b, well, that just becomes x to the power of a minus b. Simple, right? And we do the exact same thing for the other two parts of the expression. And just like that, boom, the fractions are gone. The whole thing is already starting to look a lot less intimidating. All right, so we've handled what's inside the parentheses, but now we have to deal with those exponents hanging out on the outside. And for that, you guessed it, we're going to need our second key. Let's call it the power-up key. This rule is also super straightforward. When you have a power that's raised to another power, you just multiply them together. That's how we're going to combine the exponents we already have with the ones outside the parentheses. And here's where things get really clever. There's a hidden pattern here that we can use as a shortcut. See how we're multiplying a minus b by a plus b? Well, there's a special algebraic trick for that, called the difference of squares. It basically means we get to skip a bunch of work because the middle terms always cancel out. We're just left with the first thing squared minus the second thing squared. Super handy. So let's put it all together. We use that power-up key, which means we multiply the exponents, and we use our new difference of squares shortcut. And the expression totally transforms again. The first term becomes x to the power of a squared minus b squared. The next one is x to the b squared minus c squared. You get the idea. I mean, look at that. It is so much cleaner now. Okay, we've dealt with each individual piece of this puzzle. Now it's time to bring it all together into one single expression. And how do we do that? With our third key, of course, the multiplication key. This is probably the one you remember most from school. When you're multiplying powers that have the same base, you just add their exponents. That's all there is to it. So we take our base, which is x, and we just string all those exponents together with addition. We get a squared minus b squared plus b squared minus c squared plus c squared minus a squared. It's just one long chain of powers now.
And here it is. This is the magic moment. You have to see this. Look closely at that chain of exponents. We have a positive a squared and a negative a squared. Poof, they're gone. We have a negative b squared and a positive b squared. Gone. And yep, the c squared terms cancel each other out too. Everything just vanishes.
So after all of that beautiful cancellation, what's left? We're left with the simplest and honestly the most powerful key of them all. That's it. After everything we did, that whole monster of an expression boils down to this one simple thing, x to the power of 0. And this right here is what we'll call the master key. Any number, any variable, as long as it's not 0, raised to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. It's a fundamental rule of math, and it's the final piece of our puzzle. So since x to the power of 0 is 1, we've done it. We just proved that that huge, intimidating expression we started with was really just a super complicated, fancy way of writing the number 1. Puzzle solved. Okay, that was cool, right? We've seen how these keys work with variables. So, you ready to crack another code? This time, we're going to use actual numbers. But don't worry, the rules, the keys, they're exactly the same. All right, here's our new problem. Right away, you should notice something. The bases are different. We've got 16s and a 2. And remember, our keys only work if the bases are the same. So what do? Well, we know that 16 is just 2 to the power of 4. So we can just rewrite the problem like you see on the right. And now, perfect. Everything has a base of 2. Now we just fly through the steps using our keys. First, the power-up key. Multiply those exponents. 4 times 0.16 gives us 0.64, and 4 times 0.04 is 0.16. Easy. Next, the multiplication key. Add all the exponents up. 0.64 plus 0.16 plus 0.20, and what does that equal? Exactly 1.
So our final expression is just 2 to the power of 1, which is, of course, just 2. And there you have it. Another code cracked.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's simple. You are the code breaker now. You have this powerful set of keys that lets you take something that looks impossibly complicated and make it simple. Let's review your new toolkit. You've got the division rule to get rid of fractions, the power of a power rule for those stacked exponents, the multiplication rule to bring everything together, and of course, the ultimate problem solver, the zero exponent rule. And if you remember just one thing, let it be this, because it's the core strategy from our source material. Always focus on 2 things. First, get the basis to be the same. And second, figure out which rule to use on the powers. If you can do that, you can solve any of these problems. You know, when you think about it, this was never just about math, was it? It was about looking at a really complex system, finding the hidden rules that govern it, and then just applying those rules one by one until you uncover a simple truth. And it really makes you wonder, what other complex puzzles out there are just waiting for someone with the right set of keys?